Swadika, good morning and welcome to Newsline. My name is Cholapansa Narula. Thank you very much for joining us in Wednesday's edition, February 18, 2015, and here are the news. Welcome to today's segment of Thailand Moves Forward in our Chinese New Year's edition. So, Gangsi Fat Choi. And our first story, the Prime Minister has called for all agencies contributing to the operations of all royal projects to work hard for the people of Thailand. Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha chaired a meeting of the committee in charge of coordination and support for the royal projects, in which he explained that all projects implemented under royal initiatives are currently operational at 38 centres in Thailand. General Prayut said that the areas of coverage under all projects range from research and development to the strengthening of local communities, the rehabilitation and the conservation of natural resources and environment, as well as various collaborative efforts with international organizations. He added that royal projects are the archetype of the development of high plains that has paved the way for sustainable agriculture for more than 100,000 farmers who were accordingly able to make a living and enjoy better living conditions, all of which was translated into more national security. The Prime Minister also showed appreciation to the fact that more agencies have supported all royal projects, while asking all involved to work more integratively and for the interest of the people. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha on Tuesday visited strawberry farms in Chiang Mai and gave school supplies to students during this trip to the province. The Premier asked the strawberry farmers about production and yields. Representatives of the farmers told him that they planted the Parachatan 80 strain of strawberry and earned 300,000 to 400,000 baht on average in less than 1 year, or 30,000 baht per month per family. Most of the strawberries are sold in Chiang Mai and also in Bangkok. The farmers gave strawberries of various strains to the Prime Minister and his entourage to taste. General Prayut then handed out school supplies and blankets to students from Ban Khop Dong School who came to welcome him. The committee in charge of driving forward government policies will ask the Cabinet to speed up the implementation of various investment projects after budget disbursement has reportedly been behind schedule. Minister attached to the Prime Minister's office, Suwapan Tanyuwattana, said that the meeting of the committee responsible for driving forward the policies and the works of the government discussed the problem of drought with the Interior Ministry, the Natural Resource Ministry and also the Agricultural Ministry. Mr. Suwapan said that the focus of the talks was on the progress of the prevention and solutions, both short-term and long-term, of the situation. He added that the meeting also reviewed the push for more government spending, which involves the adjustment of the investment plan of 20 ministries with the highest budget, which will be presented to the Cabinet on Wednesday. The Prime Minister's office minister said that the disbursement of investment budget by most ministries has suffered delay, especially those projects in the southern border region where safety concerns have been high, and is now looking into the matter. The President of the National Legislative Assembly, or NLA, has spoken in defense of the amending of the Military Court Act, saying it would not empower the military in further violating civilian rights. NLA President Pornphet Witticholachai spoke in response to objections raised by various human rights organizations regarding the proposed revision of Article 46 of the Military Court Act, which would allow the military to detain civilians for up to 84 days. Mr. Pornphet said the amendment was not intended to give the military more power to abuse civilian rights, but was meant to make the military court's right to detain suspects coincide with the General Criminal Code. He pointed out that certain civilian cases needed to be tried in military courts and that such cases are not unprecedented. The Constitution Drafting Committee, or CDC, has received a petition from the Group for the Restoration of Ethnic Karen Culture and Spirituality, urging the CDC to support the preservation of the indigenous Karen way of life and to ensure sustainable access to natural resources. Representatives of the Karen Movement Group, Pru Odo Chao, delivered the petition to CDC Chairman Pawansak Uwano and to Ampon Jindawatana, Chairman of the National Reform Council's Committee on Reform Matters relating to communities, youth, adolescents, women, the elderly, the disabled, and the underprivileged. Mr. Pru revealed that on August 3, 2009, the government had agreed on an initiative to restore the ethnic Karen way of life, and the Ministry of Culture was given the responsibility of carrying out the initiative. However, there has been no progress on the matter in the past 4 years. Mr. Pru has therefore called on the current government as well as the CDC and the NRC to revitalize the policies that would promote and aid the Karen people. He called on the government to cease any of its policies that would affect the way of life of Karen people and to order related agencies to reconsider their methods of addressing deforestation, encroachment on government land, and managing of natural resources. He also requested that the rights of local communities and indigenous people be protected under the new constitution, with the strengthening of laws that would protect the way of life of the Karen people and reduce social inequality within the country. CDC Chairman Bawansak vowed to take the matter into consideration and affirmed that the CDC will realize the importance of community rights and has included provisions in the new charter that would promote and strengthen local communities. Now some news on the Chinese New Year. Deputy Police Commissioner General Police Lieutenant General Reungsak Charit Ek inspected the readiness of police personnel at Yaowarat, Bangkok's Chinatown, ahead of the Chinese New Year celebration. He said that the police are working integratedly with local authorities to prevent fires and crimes during the celebration, with the participation of 1,400 rapid deployment units nationwide and the support from combined civil forces of over 300,000 volunteers. Papla Chai 2 Police Station Superintendent Police Colonel Sakda Damapong said that roads around Yaowarat will be temporarily closed from now until 6 a.m. of February 21st for the Chinese New Year celebration. The road's closure starts from the Royal Jubilee Gate of Yaowarat through Chalermburi intersection and the Lampunchai intersection to Yaowarat zone. Chinese New Year celebration this year is to be held in 12 main locations, including Yaowarat in Bangkok, Nakhon Sawan, Ayutthaya, Suphanburi, Ratchaburi, Phetchaburi, Chonburi, and also in the south in the province of Phuket. Meanwhile, the Tourism Authority of Thailand, or TAT, is expecting to see a great number of Chinese travelers during the Lunar New Year festival. TAT Governor Thawatchai Aranyik has revealed the current tourism situation in Thailand, saying the country welcomed approximately 1.4 million foreign visitors between February 1st and 15th. The figure accounted for an increase of 18.9% compared to the same period last year. He expected the number of visitors, especially Chinese nationals, to continue to surge until the end of the Lunar New Year festival. And this year, the festival will be celebrated from February 18th till the 24th. During this period, he anticipated that a little more than 300,000 Chinese will be visiting the kingdom, a 49% rise year on year. As a result, Thailand will likely rake in more than 6.9 billion baht in tourism revenue. TAT Governor also noted that there will be a total of 890 flights from China and Hong Kong altogether, and each traveler will spend approximately 22,600 baht during his or her stay. And the governor earlier asked immigration officers nationwide to increase the number of staff during Chinese New Year festival and to do their best to provide safety for all tourists. Let's go over to Chiang Mai now. Chiang Mai municipality is going through many changes, and the public transportation service that was once a hassle, especially for foreigners, is now transformed. So what are these improvements? Kun Panot Si Sinsap is in Chiang Mai with this report.
Foreigners are often asked to pay much higher fees to go places in Thailand, making it costly and uncomfortable to see the sights for some. Chiang Mai was once like that, particularly the red cab or Rot Dang, which had a bad reputation as they charged so much for going only a short distance. Now, Chiang Mai municipality along with 10 other agencies have worked together to come up with a new system to give funding to the original red cabs from the Thai government in order to bring the prices of red cabs down from nearly 100 to just 10 to 15 baht a trip for locals and visitors alike. The project began in January, and there are 14 routes all over Chiang Mai. Today we are meeting Chiang Mai University lecturer and major person behind the development of the city's emerging systemized transportation system, Assistant Professor Dr. Pun Thieng Buranatham.
Have been start from a group of people that have been discussed for quite a while, and they think that they just don't want to complain, they want to be proactive. So they group together to start up something that we call, it might be a red cap initiation, to start up, to find some funding to let the thing that we call red cap operate as the fixed route.
The government also saw the need for a systemized form of transportation in Chiang Mai, but to reform the unstructured system, negotiation had to be made.
We try to support the people that have been volunteer to join this kind of fixed route operation, and we guarantee them about some kind of income. So once we have like this kind of the win-win situation between the people and between the operator, that each of them can be survived, so we can guarantee the fixed price.
So far, these rate caps may not be easily spotted, but their numbers are growing and passengers using the service are quite happy with it.
เคยค่ะก็เคยใช้บริการอยู่ครั้งหนึ่งค่ะรู้สึกว่ามันดีมากค่ะเพราะว่าราคามันก็สำหรับนักศึกษาแล้วก็นักเรียนแล้วก็หนูคิดว่ามันถูกแล้วก็ใครๆก็นั่งได้อะค่ะก็ดีนะคะจะได้เหมือนเพิ่มทางเลือกให้กับผู้บริโภคแบบอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะจริงๆมันก็ดีอะเพราะว่าอย่างถ้ารถแดงปกติที่วิ่งรอบเมืองอย่างเงี้ยคือเขาจะเรียกเก็บเราเท่าไหร่ก็ได้คือเราไปบางทีมันไม่ใช่แค่20ไงคะจากช้างเผือกมาอาเขตเขาอาจจะเรียกเก็บ30 40 50อะไรอย่างเงี้ยถ้าวิ่งเป็นรถประจำทางก็ดีได้เป็นราคาเดียวอะไรอย่างเงี้ยโอเคดีค่ะ
To use this transportation system, all you need to do is to look for the special bus stop sign, get aboard and go, knowing that your fare will be between 10 to 15 baht. If the project is successful, there may soon be a system of public buses in Chiang Mai, which is something that people in Chiang Mai have been hoping for. Bano Seasons Up in PT World, Chiang Mai.
Drought is an issue of concern these days. The Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives has approved a budget of up to 1 million baht to each tambon or sub-district affected by the dry weather. The assistance targets 58 provinces which are expected to be hit by drought conditions in 2015. Deputy Director General of the Agriculture Extension presided over the opening ceremony of a meeting on the government's assistance measures during the dry season for farmers in Chiang Mai province. 3,051 sub-districts in 58 provinces would likely be affected by drought, which would prevent farmers from planting some crops and decrease their income. Each of the sub-districts would receive 1 million baht to implement the measures. The department encourages drought-affected farmers to take part in developing agricultural infrastructure and enhancing communities' production efficiency. This is considered as a long-term solution to drought. The farmers are also encouraged to form into groups in order to ask for financial assistance from provincial agriculture committees directly. The Royal Irrigation Department is keeping a close watch on the water usage in the Chao Phraya Basin to ensure it is consistent with this year's water management plan. Deputy spokesman of the Royal Irrigation Department, Thong Pleo Kongchan, said according to the latest RID records, about 2,000 million cubic meters of water, or 70% of the total water volume set for this year's drought, has already been used. There remains 800 million cubic meters to be used until the end of April, 9% less than the same period of last year. There are currently a total of 42,170 million cubic meters of water in all dams nationwide, which account for only 60% of the maximum capacity of these dams. Moreover, only 18,700 million cubic meters of water are reserved for general consumption, and nearly 60% of the volume has been used. The RID said it would strictly adhere to the plan and reiterated to farmers to stop off-season rice planting in order to reduce the risk of damage to their produce. And that's it for today's edition of Thailand Moves Forward. We'll now take a look at the exchange rates and commodity prices And Newsline will return with the international news. Stay with us.
To maintain a strong nation, Thailand is promoting 12 core values for the good of the people. The 12 core values: putting the public and national interests before one's own.
How could you do that to me? Stop it! Huh? Don't you get it? I don't need you anymore. Enough! We're through. There's someone else in my life.
Say no to the past. Bring your own bag. Say no to plastic.
NBT World, a 24-hour English language television service operated by the National News Bureau of Thailand, or NNT, is designed to bring the most reliable information about Thailand to the international community. NBT World is available on various platforms, including via C-band set-top boxes, GMMZ Channel 202, PSI Channel 272, and a live stream on thainews.prd.go.th/newsing. You can also follow us on facebook.com/NNT News or download the PRD News EN application on your smartphones. NBT World, a vision of Thailand.
Welcome back to Newsline. Let's begin with ASEAN and beyond. Recently, Chiang Mai Halal International Festival was held at Chiang Mai Hall in Chiang Mai Province. The event was considered as a good opportunity for various units to cooperate in raising the standards of Thai halal and helping it penetrate the global market. Kun Sotchir Lim Gringrai has a story.
This event was a sealed project of various parties: the Halal Science Center, Chulalongkorn University, Central Islamic Council of Thailand, Islamic Committee of Chiang Mai, Chamber of Commerce of Chiang Mai, Universities Alliance in Northern Region, and relevant partner organizations. The event played an important part in developing the quality of Thai halal and paving the way for the country to be the world's hub of food production. With over 70 booths, the fair features a wide variety of products and food, as well as a halal cooking competition. The fair is part of the second Chiang Mai Halal International Fair, or CHIF 2015. The Grand Halal event was held during 4th to 8th February 2015 at the Central Plaza Chiang Mai Airport Department Store. It featured booths selling halal products from other countries, halal cooking demonstrations and meetings between members of the Central Islamic Council of Thailand.
Chiang Mai Halal International Fair, or CHIF 2015, was really successful thanks to the strongest halal personnel in Chiang Mai, particularly Halal Science Center in Chiang Mai. They have done a lot of, good works for promoting halal products and service, not only for Thai companies, but for those partners from China, India, Bangladesh, and Malaysia. Most of them were really happy with having chances to meet with business partner. On the part of the so-called business exchange, most of the companies from outside orders a lot of halal products from companies in the north.
Chiang Mai is a major source of agricultural products and handicrafts in the northern region. The province is striving to become a center of halal food and services for tourism and halal medical hub in the ASEAN region. Because of its abundant agricultural resources ready to be used as raw materials for food production, Thailand has great potential for producing and exporting more halal food. Out of 30,000 food factories in Thailand, about 8,000 are involved in halal food production. Thailand has become one of major halal exporters in ASEAN. Brunei Darussalam, Indonesia, and Malaysia, where people are mainly Muslims, have become Thailand's important markets for halal food and products in this region. Thailand is confident in the standards of Thai halal and the industry's potential to help take Thailand's food production to the world-class level. The halal industry is predicted to generate substantial revenue for Thailand in the future, especially when Thailand becomes a member of the ASEAN Economic Community, or AEC, in 2015. This is Sotchun Limgriengai reporting.
Myanmar President Thein Sein declared a state of emergency in the Kokang region and imposed a 3-month period of martial law in an announcement on state television last night. Fighting broke out in Kokang on February 9th between the Myanmar Army and an ethnic-based group called the Myanmar National Democratic Alliance Army, or MNDAA, and thousands of civilians have fled either to other areas in Myanmar or over the border into China's Yunnan. The state-backed Global New Light of Myanmar newspaper reported at least 47 Myanmar soldiers and 26 MNDAA fighters have been killed. Meanwhile, the Chinese government has called for restraint following the recent series of fightings in Myanmar. The clashes in Shan state have alarmed China, which fears an influx of villagers fleeing the violence and called this week for peace on the border. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Hua Chunying said local authorities in the border province of Yunnan are providing humanitarian assistance to the refugees from Myanmar. And that's it for today's edition of Newsline. If you do have any suggestions or comments, please write to us at newsline.nbt@gmail.com. You can also follow us on our Facebook fan page and have a look at our website as well if you want to keep abreast of the news, thainews.prd.go.th/newseng. Today we say goodbye, taking you to see the Chinese New Year celebration in Nakhon Ratchasima or Korat. I'm Chalapan Sanarula. Thank you very much for joining us. Have a safe, have a pleasant day. Sawasdee ka.